Hi, welcome to Ask Me About Dyslexia. I'm Pam Spock, a dyslexia specialist, and this is the second in a two-part series about the signs of dyslexia. The first video went into the signs of dyslexia in preschool and elementary age students, and this one is about the signs in high school students and adults. Dyslexia affects different people in different ways, and it affects people differently at different ages. Also, dyslexia varies in its severity. Dyslexia is hereditary, so if you see signs in yourself, you might want to watch for signs in your children. The earlier a child can get help, the better, but it is never too late to get help. Also, if you end up not getting any special kind of reading or spelling help, it's still important to get tested if you do suspect dyslexia, because accommodations alone can be a huge help. So thanks for being here today, and stay tuned for the signs of dyslexia in adults and high school students. So let's get started with the signs of dyslexia in high school students. Now, they're going to have all of the same signs as you would have seen in preschool and elementary with these additional signs. You're going to look for low grades in probably all of their classes, because at this point, reading has become really important for learning, and not just for reading what's in the book, but also for notes and for tests. So they're probably doing very poorly grade-wise. They have poor reading comprehension. It makes sense that if they can't read well, then they're not going to comprehend well. They may even be able to read fairly accurately, but if it's very slowly, that affects comprehension. The student may also have very poor vocabulary. This is due to not reading. One of the best ways to improve vocabulary is to read, and if they haven't been reading, then they might have very poor vocabulary. Another sign would be a big difference between their verbal skills and their written skills. They may be able to tell you all about something, but if you ask them to write it down, they can't do it. They might also have difficulty in learning a foreign language. That makes sense because they're having a hard enough time learning their own. And also they might have a hard time learning to read music. Now let's talk about the signs to look for in adults. Of course, they would have had all of the signs from childhood that we talked about in the other video. If you didn't watch that video, I'll leave a link below for that one. They would have had the same difficulty that I talked about with high school, and there are going to be things that they are still struggling with. An adult might still confuse left and right. They may read more slowly than people who don't have dyslexia. They may have to read a page several times before they understand it. They're going to probably avoid reading out loud in front of other people. A dyslexic adult might avoid written communication, such as texting or emails or letter writing, and before they send an email or a letter or a text, they will proofread it several times. They may even still mix up letters and numbers occasionally, whether it's turning them around or mixing up the order. And all of this will probably be worse if they are tired or if they're under a lot of stress. Those are the signs for adults. A lot of people have a lot of these signs from time to time. But if you see a pattern of this is how it was in childhood, this is how it is now, then, and you were agreeing with a lot of the things that I was saying, that sounds like me or that sounds like somebody I know, then there's a good sign that it might be dyslexia. So now that you've watched these two videos about the signs of dyslexia, you may be wondering, what should I do? I think my child does have dyslexia. So my next video will be about the basic steps to take if you suspect that your child has dyslexia. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss that next video. And if you would like to see a list of what I talked about today, then it is on my blog and I will post a link to that in the description box below. I'd love to hear if you have any questions about what we talked about in these last 2 videos, and so if you do, just leave it in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Basic steps that you I'm getting really tired here. You may be thinking, okay, my child has many of these signs. Now what? My next video, oh my goodness, I'm not looking at the camera.